Yeah, I closed out of the game and it went into a virtual desktop. Where we've got all this. I don't know what any of this is. So I'm just gonna click DDLC and we're gonna. Yeah. Alright. There we go. See, this is what it was doing before. I have no idea what the desktop is about. See, here you go. This game is not suitable for children. It told me like 4 times. I gotta turn on studio mode. I feel like this game does some weird shit. What's up, Rhett? How you doing? Welcome to DDLC. I know the big twist about this game. It has something to do with this game is not suitable for children. I don't know how we get there, though, so... Doing bad, I have an exam today, but can't sleep. Brother, go lay down. It is too late. It is 2 a.m. for you. Literally. I was going TOO, but it's also TWO. Go fucking lay down, close the stream. I don't want to be a part of you doing poorly on an exam. Go to bed right now. Right now. Right now. Go to bed right now. What am I listening to? I hate weebs so fucking much, it's unreal. Okay, I guess we're just, yeah, settings, wow, actual visual novel, okay. Don't really care then, enable content warnings, don't care enough. Please enter your name. Mark. Have you eaten? No. No, I have no eat. We're gonna, no, Merg,
Nut.
Moig. Oh my god, it's actual visual novel, none of it's voiced. Here we fucking go. What up, Flam? How you doing? Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw herself.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Still true. Me, actually, I hate looking at studio mode. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Is this a blind playthrough? I know the twist, but I don't know how we get there. Everyone knows the twist. You literally can't exist without knowing the twist. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Also, how you doing, Christian? You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Moigik. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. Monica? Oh no. Is Monica? I know the game's like a horror game. I don't know how we get to that point. Alright? So keep it to a minimum. Get bigger. Oh my god, her hands are so tiny. You did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to. Well, don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Wow. This is gonna be one of those days, huh? I blame the text. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Moik, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, but I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I hate weebs so fucking much, it's unreal. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Shut up. Don't call me out like that. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. Hey, look how small her hands is compared to her head. Hands... It wouldn't even... She couldn't even, like, cover her eyes with one hand. It's crazy. She's got tiny little... Or, does she have tiny hands or a giant head? I feel like she got a giant head. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. You guys remember all those times I was reading a novel in Nier? I remember. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, no what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Fuck. Meanie. Dude, look at her tiny... I can't get over her tiny little hands. What the fuck? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. She can hold not- yeah, I don't know, either her head needs to be shrunk by like 50% or those hands need to increase, like, how does she grab things? Oh my god. Imagine how grand it would look in her hands. Okay, that said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. The creator said they're all 18, so they're fair game. I've said it once, I'll say it again. They're also pixels. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Moik, what a nice surprise. I only have, like, I don't even have a girl voice, let alone 4 girl. If you are a boy and you see a pretty girl, let it go ding ding. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Moigik. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Moigik. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. And they all explode. Could you imagine? The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monika. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is real good! Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not- oh, she's the tsundere? Oh my god, we're gonna crack her open like a walnut. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissive conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. And keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Did I include tea where there was not? I'm barely paying attention. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Tsundere girl is a girl who mad at you but like you. It's a girl who hide her feeling behind violence. Emotional, physical. She could be embarrassed and instead she violent. She could be, like, in love with you, but instead violent. And then you crack them open, and the soft nougaty center pours out. Oh, it's so rewarding. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... Nougaty tsundere. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I believe that's called blood and bile. Well, you gotta crack the right part. You gotta get down to, like, the marrow of it, you know? Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. Sorry, I got to a part of the song that I like a lot. Oh, that's nice. And then it turned to trash. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Lord, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reversed and timid about the moment I walked in, or since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Also, I said reversed instead of reserved? My dyslexia is kicking in real hard today, boys. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh yes. I've read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. See? She's embarrassed, and instead she's violent. Soft, nougaty center. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. Riveting game, not gonna lie. At least I'm doing something, to be honest. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Monika? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Like, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Moigik, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Moigik, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, so Yuri and I never walk home together anymore. She always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. Moigik. I came for the cupcakes, I came on the... Hi Mesh, how you doing? With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Alright everyone, who's your favorite right now? Type in chat. There are wrong answers here. Yeah, it's Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica left to right. Natsuki's my favorite. It's gonna be beautiful, I'm telling you. We're gonna whip out the chisel and the hammer, and we're gonna just start working away at that hard outside. Yuri, Moigik? Me? Charmer, you. I at least feel human today, so that's an improvement. Though I went to work, so... Damn, man. I feel like you've been sick a lot, Mish, lately. It's gotta be the air. Will I really be spending... will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. I don't like how we're starting here. We're gonna save it again. Oh, there's an autosave. So if we start with climax, do you think we're gonna end up in a nut? Alright, climax... Unrestrained. Oh no, this is gonna be cursed. Climax alone? You know what? Climax alone... As soon as I said they were 18, you really opened the floodgates. I don't know who this is going to. And besides, the climax is of the story and about how things are, you know, culminating into a singular event. I don't know what you're thinking of. Anxiety, contamination, sensation, bouncy. Sparkle-covered hair, imagination, whirlwind, existence, calm, judgment, ocean, hopeless. All these suck. No heart. Here, though, I think ocean on this one. I'm gonna note hopeless. Why would, like me for real? Being the doomer has to be exhausting. I like the you know what? Judgment, because it's one of the better tracks in Seven's soundtrack. Puppy, lazy, frightening, portrait, infallible, analysis, summer, lipstick, giggle, awesome. Hell yeah, awesome. Feather, cry, death, peaceful, adventure, uncontrollable, breathe, meager, pink, flee. Pink. I have not been seeing, apparently they've been bouncing based on what I've chosen. I have not been paying attention. Choose goose. Journey, amazing kitty, dance, desire, candy, vanilla, music, raindrops, pain. We do like the pain. Music here for me though. And Sayori. Boop? Defeat, boop, excitement, disoriented, marriage, promise, waterfall, treasure, hope, and clumsy. I don't like any of these words. You know, alright, I think I need to turn it down a bit. That kick is crazy. Defeat, like me, for real. I'm in. I'm going waterfall. Extreme, holiday, intellectual, cheeks. Afterimage, depression, peace, sticky, strawberry, pure. What the fuck? First off, depression, like me, for real, cheeks. Lust, sadness, misery, uncanny, heaven sent, eternity, hurt, essence, melancholy, vibrant. What the fuck? We got real ephemeral with these. Okay, melancholy is just a word ruined for me. I can never use that one. Lust is too on the nose. I can't pick lust. It's too on the nose. Heaven sent is also too on the nose. We'll just go vibrant. Shame, destiny, jump, rainbow, vertigo, effulgent, silly, rain cloud, papa, and anger. If you're curious, I think effulgent means like glowy. I might be wrong on that, but I think it means glowy. It does? Easy. Radiant. I know English. I can do English me. Rain cloud. Fear, pout, nightgown, embrace, family, atone, unstable, joy, incongruent, extraordinary. Incongruent means, not lining up. Like, B happened because of A, but B and A don't, like, add up at all. That kind of thing. Incongruent means not congruent. True. Nightgown. Oh, see, oh man, the tsundere and I, we are. Disown, milk. Dude, there's 20 of these. All right, we gotta get through this. Ambient, grief, incapable, vivid, infinite beauty, Valentine, inferno. I like ambient. Just chill. Party, scars, kawaii, love, jumpy, suicide, explode, agonizing, explode. Prayer, kiss, headphones, friends, anime, tragedy, heartbeat, rose, daydream, bliss. I hate weebs so fucking much. Cage, entropy, massacre, childhood, lucky, broken, socks, flying, tenacious, aura. Nick Cage. Fluffy, fireworks, blanket, time, email, together, shopping, happiness, fickle, despise. Blanket. Question, nature, Doki Doki. I have to choose Doki Doki. Duh! I have to choose Doki Doki. Hi again, Moik. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Moik. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here to hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga's literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I too don't want to join in clubs. It was mandatory when I went to college to join a club. So they had this huge, like, kind of like a festival kind of thing. It was a club day. All the clubs went out and they advertised themselves to all the freshmen coming in, and the only thing that interested me at the time was anime, because I was a monstrous weeb. And I've told the story about my entrance into the anime club at college. Suffice to say, I did not join a club, and I never got penalized for it, so... Don't worry, guys. Moik always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. Not dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. The fuck you mean was? Means I hate weebs so fucking much. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Moik can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Well, wait, Sayori... me? Not really. Black and White didn't take long? Nah, I couldn't finish Black and White. Yeah, it's in the Discord, me apologizing for that, but I couldn't finish that game. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Also, how you doing, Rev? What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Dude, she's way too timid. Yuri is way too timid. How can you guys say Yuri? She's too timid. She's like a squirrel. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. I can fix her. She can be fixed. Assets. You telling me I was going in? Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Speaking of short read, everyone go read Polaris by Lovecraft. It is a super short read. It'll take you 4 minutes to read it, and it's good. And it, too, will make you want to kill the moon. I need everyone to want to kill the moon with me, thank you. I can't read, you know this. How you type. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this! I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Speech to text? I feel so called out. Alright, well, you know, my bad. Everyone is unique and valid. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga... You read manga, right? Sometimes? Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. True. How did you know, anyway? It's a power level thing, manga. I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know the feel, I actually do. I have a couple box sets of books. stashed away, and yeah, if I had lost one of them, that's traumatic, man. Moik has Cheeto dust on his face? Don't call me out like that. And it's Fritos, by the way. I just bought a bag of Fritos the other day. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Moik. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. Those door handles are facing the wrong way on the outside? Are they? I don't think so. No, because they closed, that one will be to the right, and that one will be to the left. What's the issue with that? No, the left one's going further in that way. No, it's... No, it's good. Enhance. Hold on, let me try doing studio mode enhance. You guys, I'm learning, alright? We cut. How do I transition? Boom! Studio mode enhance. Look at that. Hey, it looks alright. She shoves the book right into my hands. I own one manga, and it's the first part of the Ocarina of Time one. I own Cowboy Bebop the manga or somewhere. It's not up on my desk like it usually is. Must be in the back. But I own... The only manga I own is that Cowboy Bebop manga. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Eh? Why is that? Oh, I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that! You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. See, this... Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space, while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Of course, Moik is drawn to the weeb? Is the manga Dick Fight Island? What the fuck are you talking about, Flame? Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It's Kiss X Sis, there you go. See, now that's some real Degen shit. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. That just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get get into all of their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? Ugh! Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's... just a coincidence! I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, it's definitely one of the better ones. Me? 30 years experience jacking off! Brother, she even has the anime fangs? I know. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I've finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Normies, am I right? Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Normies, furries are the real people. Geez, furries? You call them people? Good lord, I went too hard on that one. Scalies are where it's at nowadays, bro. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe, but at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough! Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I'm not laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. I always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. I just finished this chapter. Just finished the chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. You see, we're already cracking the shell. We will receive the nut. This is the Magic ASMR channel, where we talk about sweet, delicious nut. If she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Moig's end goal is to get her to watch Green Green? Brother. Ooh. Slowly softening the hard shell with our tender tongue. Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. Just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb, just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course! It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Aw, so cute. Girl repellent? Girl? That's my natural state of being, is girl repellent. Hit him with the dab. Moig, hey Natsuki, you should watch this anime Green Green. Natsuki never spoke to Moig again. It depends on how deep they are in their weebdom. True degenerate weebs would think Green Green is hilarious. I've talked about it, but Green Green was the lowest point of me as a person. Ever. Takes like 20 minutes to read a manga, your shoes aren't going anywhere? A whole volume? That's like an hour and a half, 2-hour experience for me, shit. Now, I guess it depends on the manga, but... I don't even know what Green Green is, it's better that way. See, you're not a true degenerate yet. You're just a furry. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I don't mean anything negative when I say this. I need to be very clear about that. I don't know how my tone comes across. Or am I more scared of what'll happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Could it be more embarrassing than being in 7th grade choir and then having everyone was assigned to sing a song in front of the whole class, and I chose In the End by Linkin Park? Could it be more embarrassing than that? Dude, the secondhand cringe thinking about it now, holy shit. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. You know, the best part about that story, so it was a duet with my best friend at the time. And it was right at the end of, like, pretty much at the end of class. And, the song starts. He does his part, because he was doing, Shinoda. And just before the chorus hit, and I was supposed to start my part, the bell rang. and I fucking hightailed it out of there. Oh, it was... Man. That was great. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I know I was saved from immense shame at one point due to luck. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'd rather be lucky than skilled. Every day of the week. We're gonna show a friend first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all. This is a good poem, Moig. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Moik. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, I've said it once, say it again, I'll try anything once. My friend and I made a presentation about war bonds, a thing I picked up that had some kind of movie tie-in, and I liked war bonds. However, I didn't investigate the movie tie-in. The trailer I had included was for a romantic musical that was titled War Bonds, as in bonds between people. Ooh. Nice. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. The teacher forgot to have us present, like, entirely, and we just passed. I was so lucky. Had that happen too. In honor science classes, we had to do science fair projects. I'm sure some of you know what that is, if not all of you. I was in honor science all school, basically, and I have never once done a science fair project. And my favorite part, in 8th grade, I didn't do it, and she was calling, you know, one by one individually, everyone to go to the front of the class to present their project, and she just never called me. Good day. I had one guy in my class who had to make a presentation about the Third World, but he misheard and made Third Reich instead. He heard what he wanted to hear. I bet you he's playing Hearts of Iron right now. Like, come on. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Dude, that was a primo fucking... That was such a good poem. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or, how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. And look at this surreal poem. Meanwhile, Moigic's poem. Bunny, rain, death, clouds, joy. I could write a song about that. The death metal, you gotta like heavy metal that shit. Put on like a heavy guitar track. Get the double bass kicking. Alright, next up we're gonna do... Do we just go down the list? I think we just go down the list. Okay, well, let's start with things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Huh? What's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. Oh, you're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. See, chat, you're valid. She's valid, you're valid, I'm valid. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. We're sharing poems. What up, Tenka? How you doing? You fucking Oscar. Yes, exactly. It's like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Dude, look how smug she is. How can one smug-fanged girl be so smug? I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Beautiful. Can I go home yet? I'm not doing great, bros. Parentheses. It's a song title right there. Can I go home yet? Parentheses. I'm not doing great, bros. Fuck, I'm actually gonna write that down. I like that one. Hold on. This is very important to me. There we go. Written down. Alright, Yuri's next. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry, bros. Please, this girl. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. Yeah, what's another word for shitty that isn't me? Displeasing. This poem is displeasing to me. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. What the fuck is she talking about? How you doing, Kusero? Kusero? The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Oh, she's the judgy type. Oh, all of you hitching your horse on the Yuri, huh? Hitching your horse onto the judgy type, huh? Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I'd rather have an introvert than be a masochist. No, the thing about the tsundere is that they're the masochist. You just have to make them understand it. That's tsundere 101. In fact, liking a tsundere girl is the ultimate form of sadism. See, now you understand. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. This is so depressing to hear a middle-aged man say. This is you in the future. You are destined to become me. Be aware. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. I too am nostalgic for streetlights. I like the sodium glow. I miss the sodium glow. Everything's all hyper white nowadays. Bring back the yellow. The orange. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Moik. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Monica. We have nice orange streetlights around. I have a street light down the street. I haven't been outside to know whether it's orange in a long time, though. They started replacing all of the sodium with hyper whites, though. Piss me off. Hi, Moig. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things you can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Moik. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it. Look, see, they love the poem. Waterfalls and climax, and they love the poem. See, guys? Easy. Bouncy, climax, alone, waterfall, bouncy. Come on, man. They love it. Doki Doki. I like it when my heart goes Doki Doki. I prefer sodium lighting. However, I do not care for older sodium lamps constantly cycle between off and on. Oh, that's true. Yeah, they have to like cool down or something. It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something not cute, right? And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. Okay, I got hung up on that word. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Step 1, cut a hole in the wall, brother. Alright, who wants to guess the meaning behind this poem? I don't really want to marinate on that at all, to be honest. Silent Hill 4? The Room. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem, or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Whew, guess that's everyone. Paranoia, fourth wall break. She knows it's a guy looking in the hole. I read that manga. Or she wants it to be a guy looking in? I've also read that manga. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Ooh, best part of the song. Dude, it's so chill. Give me the piano. And back to trash. Reminds me of Baba is pretty good. And then it just goes straight to trash with whatever fucking kazoo this is. Magic. I hate weebs. Also magic. Yeah, I've read that manga. I've also read that manga. Have you read that manga? I'm allowed to hate weebs because I am a weeb expert. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Moigik did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, Excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Moig liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Moig appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Moig started to show up. Sharded? True. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like the fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Moig! She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Moig. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Moig? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. I gotta up my stats. I like the stupid clowning music. It's pretty bad clowning music. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I tried. Alright. Phone a friend. Help me, Sayori. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because... well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that, and Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. That's true. That's true. True. It's definitely true. True. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Mike, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. Did the fucking hand gesture? I'm a guy that talks with my hands a bit. And whenever she does that little finger point thing, I kinda do it too, I'm not gonna lie. when I voice the next line. That's weird. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Mike, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Still think about the hand gesture that Pony Pony Dash character does in that image? Ring and pointer finger bent, others extended. Ring and pointer finger, others extended. So that's it's a piano technique that I practiced as a guitar player. So what you do is you curl your ring and your pointer down, leaving the other two extended, and then you flip and take your middle and pinky down, leaving the other two extended, and you just back that. And you do that over and over and over, and it separates the muscle in your middle finger and your ring finger, which is super important for piano and guitar. It's just a small little exercise you can do while you're like walking around, or you know, your hands are free and stuff like that. You just fold your pinky, or your pointer and your ring, and then you fold your middle and your pinky, and just do the back and forth. Ring and pointer, oh, it's pinky and middle, yeah. About what happened earlier, what do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Whew. You know, Moik, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Would you say her hair is pink or very light brown? Brown. Her hair is immutably brown. I can kinda see how you'd think it's pink, but it's all brown. It's brown hair. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Oh, I fucking skipped a word. Am I streaming? Yes. Do I have desktop audio muted so I can hear magic to play DDLC? Yes, my man. I think the ribbon throws my brain off. Yeah, the red mixed with the brown makes it kind of look pink. But nah, it is brown. Let's do this!
Gooning is not a narcissistic manifestation.
You think we would goon in this situation? Let's see. We have 20 more words to pick. They're gonna go ahead and save it real quick. Extreme. You're right. Extreme Papa. Extreme swimsuit. Extreme excitement. Extreme, comma, unending. Shit. I don't like any of these. We're going more comma. Comma, wonderful. Bunny. No. Pink, no. Kawaii, no. Vanilla. All these suck again. Comma, precious. Extreme, unending, precious. I already forgot our third word. Fluffy, comma, fluffy. True, party, fear, shiny, together, romance, play. An extreme, unending, fluffy, precious play. Romance! I liked it. Anime, captive, frightening, rose, existence, infinite, sparkle, hope, amazing, calm, infinite. Fickle, misfortune, promise, love, skipping, melody, rain cloud, breathe, philosophy, passion. I like to breathe. Sticky, clumsy, melancholy, depression, sing, intellectual, aura, whirlwind, disorienting, or disoriented, and shopping, sticky, obviously. Unrestrained, daydream, holiday, breathe air, drink water, please. Pleasure, fireflies, vitality, pain. There is, can we, pain and pleasure in the same spot? Check posture, unneeded. We like the pain. Pain is Sayori? Giggle, peaceful, vivid, determination, eternity, fester, ribbon, heartbeat, playground, twirl. We're all sticky down here. Twirl. Blanket, covet, fantasy, prayer, nightgown, marshmallow, spinning, jumpy, lollipop, lipstick. Marshmallow. Sadness, essence, flying, infallible, summer, broken, hopeless, horror, games, heart. Heart this time. Loud, candy, milk, family variants, agonizing sensation. Agonizing sensation? Who knew? Nature, question, desire. Milk. Weird. Suicide, disarray, defeat, jump, vibrant, dark, inferno, pure, incapable, nibble. I can't get over that all of Yuri's, like, happy words are shit like suicide, defeat, incapable.
That's it. You're going to, I'm just kidding. How could you do that? Fuck you. I guess that worked. Beanbag.
True. New Granicor out yesterday, and it was as crazy as they have been. Vivacious, yes please. Kiss, Shame, Valentine, Sunset, Strawberry, Extraordinary, Beauty, Universe, Crimson, and Tragedy Universe. Yeah. Email, Bubbles, Death, Incongruent, Time, Special Analysis, Heaven Sent, Feather Hop. Death. Death was what? Death was Sayori? That was not what I was expecting. And Climax. And Doki Doki. We climax in a Doki Doki. The red flags are flying. What red flags? What are you talking about? Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Moig. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open, then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair! How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all of your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry! And so, that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty! If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Moigik to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, huh? Yuri can be fixed? You've activated my trap card, you little shit. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Whap! Sayori is for those who don't want to fix, which is well-adjusted people. Who are like, there's a person here and I don't have to fix them. You know, mentally appropriately adjusted people look at a person and go, she's cool. So, people who don't frequent Twitch, correct. Kia! Ow, what was... a cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution! Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. So riveting. I know, right? I mean, it's a slice of life. We'll get to the good part soon, probably. I can fix her, but I don't want to. That's that good shit. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez, I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki? Holy shit. Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Fucking the ehs are getting to me, man. It's such a... Sugoi! Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kinda just started recently. Always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay. I also look forward to it. Wow, that is cursed, Christian. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Moik. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. What kind of cookie? We talking Oreo? What kind of cookie we talking about? Because I can demolish. Guys, I didn't eat lunch. I really want a fucking cookie. I got fudge grams in the kitchen. They're so close and so far. Man. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. Well, I will now order Domino's fudge things. They are damn good. Thanks, Magic. Glad I could help. Fuck you. You know what? Fuck this. I have an entire thing of honey-roasted peanuts, like 30 pounds. Honey roasted peanuts. I'm eating one peanut. You're welcome. I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. They're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do things to speak to their creative mind. What's this? Sayori's taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Oh, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry. Dude, alright, Sayori's kind of my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. What up, Rhino? Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self, but therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. Can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. Her giant face. Her huge face. Why is your hair so big? I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on, at least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You are clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. Try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie? And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Are we dressing her? Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Brother, what is this? This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Don't say that! You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid! It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggled to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud! Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? It's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Whew, gotta let the girls breathe. I don't see the toothpaste stain. True. 8-year-old me with a Barbie peel. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Huh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I was joking that time. It's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone, see, I like the hand thing. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! I can't wait to read yours. My mouse is double-clicking. Uh-oh. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Friend zoned? It's better that way. Let's start from the bottom up. Hi again, Moigik. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. As long as it's not going bad. That poorly, she means? I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with Masterpiece. This is Masterpiece. This is the Literature Club president, by the way. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? What? Want to share what you wrote for today? Want to share what you wrote for today? For today. Got you. It's fine. Want to share what you wrote for today? There we go. Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well... We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-beings. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, you sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing kind of has a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotion, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking. What is that? I've never seen a line through a cue like that. Squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. Meaningless? Okay. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kinda like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space words can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. Yeah. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yuri next. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Moigik. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Sorry. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this a poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. What the fuck? The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was... Hold on, slicing bread. Oh, maybe she was doing something else. I only imagined her, like, cutting a loaf of bread and then just nibbling on the slice like a fucking squirrel. Bread snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Hello? I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday. So, Yuri got a poem about a raccoon? Yeah, poem about a raccoon. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. I mean, that could be what she's done over the past week. A Pavlovian conditioning. The raccoon sees the knife and says food. I think she's talking about nut, bro. I don't know. I'm a guy who takes things literally a lot. That poem was a bit psychopathic, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourselves? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Muyik? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. Best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness. I would probably hate myself if I hadn't. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. Guys, I feel like Yuri is... she's been put on the watch list. We need to watch out for that. She's on the watch list. For more than the two reasons you're thinking. When the conditioning is complete, she says sodium knife and you instantly cack your pants. Fuck. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to say something a little bit different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Eh, you think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy, spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around the dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. True, dead weight. Here we go. Oh, listen to... Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize that they're being stupid. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course! It's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure, something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. That just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you just say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things? Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not like there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try to not be so mean to her. if she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure, and Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. God damn, how many times are we gonna do this? Amy. All my homies hate Amy. Fuck Amy, that bitch. Guys, you're taking the wrong thing away from that poem. The poem was written from the person you're supposed to hate. Amy is a likable and relatable character. You're supposed to hate the person who hates Amy. Did you guys miss the message? Where is your media literacy, boys? I remember when Vinny said he won't allow spiders or spider synthesizers in his chat. I'm just glad I've never had to deal with a house centipede, I'm not gonna lie. Sayori. I think this is the last thing we're gonna do. I'm kind of... No, we have to go a little bit longer, but man. I'm getting winded reading all of this. If I ever find out one of my friends watches MagicMD, I immediately remove them from my life. Have to draw a line somewhere. That's rough, buddy. Oh my goodness, this is so good, Moigik. I love it, especially after yesterday's poem. You're too honest sometimes, Miss Sayori. No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori, you must be seriously over-exact. Wow. I'm just making up words. I'm not even reading them. I'm just inserting words that I want to read into the text. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why, because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't just like it because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Moigik poem, and that makes it feel extra special. Like, I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Huh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Alright, whatever. Let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, the sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Moigik. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Oh, good Christ. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle, a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. This shit's grim. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful? But, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, and you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed about something before dropping it no more than a week later. Shit, don't call me out like that. Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori is putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. This is a terrible... Who would do this? Mad respect to anyone that would get up on a stage in front of strangers for no purpose other than they want to. Mad respect. Also, we have a name to call those people, and that's narcissists! Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up these posters, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. Purple hair girl give, you want the judgy one? You guys, what's wrong with y'all? The judgy timid girl. Chat's weird. It's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. She's also possibly a psychopath who has killed a raccoon. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best shot. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. She's tall and possibly a murderer? Sir, I'm already sold. You don't have to sell me more. She's not a murderer. She possibly killed a raccoon. If she killed a person, that's more attractive. She kills a raccoon? That's a psychopath. She needs to be put down. Yeah, sorry. The more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others, to inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. If they kill a raccoon, they'll kill a person, and I volunteer. Dexter taught me that. And if if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over it. Whew, thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sorry, she says, sigh. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. I think Sayori would be more fun to hang out with. Monica would be alright, I think. There's this air of superficialness about her, but she'd be alright. Natsuki... Yuri would be the least fun to hang out with. And then Natsuki, and then Monica, and then Sayori. Sayori. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. We're gonna be writing a poem. Sorry, double click. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem that she has in mind for herself. She then stands up behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? My poem. I'm gay. Thanks, iDubbbz. I'm gay. Truly a poetic masterpiece, to be honest. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Oh, the American in us. Hooray! Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Whoa, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Okay. Is this Polaris? Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality. Oh, there go, and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Ah, chicken chaser. We give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori! Even Moig liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everybody. My food arrives in a few minutes. Am I at risk to miss the next event? I have no idea, dude. I think I want to wrap this up and turn this into a 2-stream affair, because I think it's like 5 hours long, this game. Next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Moiguk. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. What girl are you going for? Kinda not. At first, I was in Natsuki because tsundere nougat, soft nougaty shell, but then Sayuri got all weird. Definitely not Yuri though, she's a psychopath. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with, but it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I just have to go with what I wrote for today. No taste? I have all of the taste. You guys just want a judgy, tall psychopath. I don't want a judgy, tall psychopath, thank you. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry if I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. She didn't deny it. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, it just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Oh, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that all of you have an idea of what it's like now. Just make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too, it doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Something when it turns, I don't know. Yeah. She just looks incorrect like this, and I don't know why. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. Can't wait. Thanks, Bart Scott. I can do this. I can do this. She's so timid, bro. Ugh. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. For the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Moig, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's just go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Sorry, Sayori. Yori and Yuri are pretty close. My brain... Sayori. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You kind of put me on the spot here. Out of these two? Sorry, Yuri. Your timidness is not appealing to me. Sorry, chat. Your feelings are invalid. Damn, y'all taking this poorly. You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're just so silly, Moink. How can you say no? She's the childhood best friend. That's like number 2 on the dope list. Timid girl? It's gotta be like number 20 or something. That's so far. Like, we're whipping out the list and I have to scroll down to get the timid girl, please. You think about me too much sometimes. Picking the wrong Quint? Okay, if you're saying headphones girl is the correct Quint, there's no saving you. Because the dumb Genki girl is the best Quint. That's... You know, actually, to be honest, if Aliha were here, he would say the same thing. There's only one wrong Quint. All of the others are possible choices, but the actress Quint is the wrong one. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayuri, I've already made up my mind. I can't really figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayuri to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? See, if we had a tier list, the Quint tier list, alright, it is... Quint tier list. Dumb Genki girl. Tsundere girl. Shy girl. Main girl. Actress girl. That's in order. Okay, so we had one poem for Natsuki, one poem for Sayori. I kind of want to get a poem for Yuri next. Just do every depressing topic? Yes. I would like a Sayori, or a Yuri poem, sorry. So, Misery. That was apparently her. Interesting. Sadness, also her. Crimson. Fester? Unstable. Shy, Tsun, Dumb. At least we agree that Tsun is number 2. Dumb's great, though. Disarray. Entropy. Cool. Intellectual. No. Yes. Lucky Universe. Alone. Oh shit, that's her. Dark. Oh fuck, that's her as well. Fuck. Eternity. Peace? Fuck. That's fine. I'll put entropy 0, 2 and then what the fuck is entropy 0? Analysis? Existence? Philosophy? I get it. Okay, I get it now. She's light and dark. Bubbles. Metaphysical. Essence. I double-clicked? I've only had this mouse for like half a year. Why is it double-clicking so bad? Infallible. Sensation. Depression is her. Yeah. And Doki Doki. Alright, let me double check how long to beat for this. Entropy 02 is an awesome Half-Life 2 spinoff where you play as the Combine Overwatch soldier. I've never played Half-Life. How long to beat Doki Doki Plus? Main story 4.5, main and sides 8.5. I don't know what and sides counts of. I don't know what that means in this scenario. Alright, 4.5, that would give us a 2-hour stream next time with the addition of allowing extra bonus. If we stop, I have to stop now. So we're going to do that. And then I'll try to play this tomorrow. Finish tomorrow. So that way Monday will be something new. There's some deep shit you can do. It just depends on, like, what we're talking about with deep shit, you know? Just in time! It depends, because the main story said 4.5, which is 2 hours, but the main and extra said 8.5, and I don't know what extras involves here, so... There's a big difference between 4.5 and 8.5. It's literally the entire game twice. So... We need a Yuri playthrough, though? We're doing an all playthrough here. We've had 3 choices, and I've chosen them. Natsuki was the first, then Sayori, and then Yuri. Let's say you can do stuff with the game files. I don't think we're getting that right now. No, we're gonna stop here, and then we'll pick this up Either tomorrow or Monday. Yeah, this seems correct. Let me double, you know, just a whole screen of Monica here. That'll work. Oh, see, I'm gonna leave DDLC though. Check this shit out. It's got a virtual desktop. Can anyone explain what the fuck this is? Side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in DDLC. Okay. Okay. Oh, we get art. You too can have your favorite anime girl as your wallpaper. All their poems, Dutch angles. We could set that as the wallpaper. You guys ready for that? Huh. Imagine thinking these are waifus. Eh. Oh, look at this. We even get sketches. It's pretty cool. Eh. Yeah. Oh, fuck, lyrics. Ohio! Imagine lusting after virtual women. I have a giant collection of furry art. Alright, yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the day, I think. We will be, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow or Monday to wrap this game up. And hopefully that'll be a good time. I appreciate everyone being here, joining me for GDLC. Hopefully I see you for the next one. I will catch you guys later.